Hello, and thank you for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras, here with ILTV's Morning Briefing.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu blasted the Fatah movement on Monday for electing Marwan Barghouti, a jailed terrorist, to a senior role within the movement. Netanyahu denounced him as a leader of a terrorist organization who encouraged and led terrorist attacks that killed and wounded dozens of innocent Israelis. Barghouti, who had been convicted in an Israeli court and sentenced to 5 life sentences, is widely believed to have planned the Second Intifada, which claimed thousands of Israeli lives from 2000 to 2005. His election to the Fatah Central Committee occurred during the Fatah Congress, which was held in Ramallah last week and was attended by representatives of the Hamas and Islamic Jihad terror groups. Those delegates were invited directly by Fatah, headed by Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas. Hamas and Islamic Jihad openly call for the destruction of the State of Israel. U.S. President Barack Obama has invited the son and granddaughter of the late Israeli President Shimon Peres to the White House's traditional Hanukkah candle-lighting ceremony. Chemi Peres, Peres' son, and Mika Almog, Peres' granddaughter, were invited to celebrate Obama's last Hanukkah at the White House. Obama's relationship with the Peres family began when he traveled to Israel for Peres' funeral in September. Peres' son and granddaughter will bring with them a menorah passed down in the Peres family since the Holocaust. Because Hanukkah falls close to Christmas this year, the ceremony will be held at the White House next week. Obama has held a traditional candle-lighting ceremony every year, and last year's Hanukkah candle-lighting ceremony was attended by Israeli President Reuven Rivlin. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is boycotting the anti-Israel boycotters. The state of New York has released a blacklist of 13 foreign companies that support the anti-Israel boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement, or BDS, and will not be doing any business with those companies. Cuomo issued an executive order in June that bars the state's government from investing any public funds in firms that back the campaign. The blacklist, which will be regularly updated, will seek to financially punish any company, organization, or group that joins the boycott campaign against Israel. None of the businesses are American, and state officials say that they did not believe any state agency has financial dealings with them. New York is one of several American states that have passed anti-BDS legislation in recent years. Other states include California, New Jersey, Arizona, Indiana, Illinois, Florida, Tennessee, and Virginia. A compromise has finally been found over the controversial settlement bill and thus over the Amona outpost. After Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Habayit HaYehudi leader Naftali Bennett reached an agreement yesterday, a new version of the bill was brought to a preliminary vote in the plenum last night, where it passed 60-49. The deal will allow the government to retroactively legalize nearly 4,000 settlement homes built on private Palestinian land, but only after Habayit HaYehudi dropped its demand that the legislation include 2 clauses overriding a high court ruling that Amona be evacuated by December 25th. Under the proposed compromise, the 40 families living on private Palestinian land in the Amona outpost would be moved to a nearby plot of land under absentee ownership. But settlers rejected the compromise and have vowed to resist evacuation.
That's all for now. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.